morning, Derek Anderson. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nerd Nature. All right, folks. Here we go.
Good morning. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you.
By the way, that stuff's in the back, ready.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Take a few minutes to say hello to each other. And double tap the old screenaroo if you feel like it. Get ourselves some likes here to start with. Good morning. Where's that music? What's going on here? There we go. Good morning. Derek and Nerdy and Oreo. Good morning, Oreo. Pacers, C. Your package will go out today, the one from over the weekend. This is to Pacers. I didn't have the capsule bodies to make those capsules. We got the bodies in yesterday evening. Brock's making them as we speak, and your package will go out today, bro. Okay? Thank you, and thanks for your patience. I didn't realize that we were out. I buy them at 1,000 at a time. Good morning, Ismail. Salutations. I like that word, nerd. That's a good word. Good morning, everybody. Let's see here. Oh, the room is filling up fast. It's very nice. I'm trying to put something together over here. Hold everything. Where is... Well, let me get this. Let's see. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I showed you guys these yesterday from Good morning, Joe and Laura Young. Good morning, Laura. Sue Littlemeyer. I showed these yesterday on my IG, and it was the weirdest flush, nerd. I'll show it to you here in a second. This flush was some kind of a weird flush because, excuse me, in the same tub were some albinos. Were some albinos of the same thing. It was a PE albino from out of the same tub. So we're going to be swabbing and cloning that one. We already did, actually. We swabbed it and going to clone it and see if we can come up with a nice batch of albino penis envies, which are basically apes, right? Albino penis envy is an ape. Yeah. Let me show you something real quick. Oh, Mr. Phillips, this is a lot of them. The spotted ones, I really haven't run into those before. The blobs we get all the time on a first flush. But this was a pretty unique tub. And that's that baby that we're working with. So look for these to be dried, and these started from a culture. Started from a culture. It was just, I mean, we've had better looking cakes. This is an awkward looking cake, but that's one of the reasons it's so cool. It's one of the reasons I needed to show this one. It's absolutely, isn't nature amazing? Isn't nature super duper cool? Okay, now what do I do here? How do I? There we go. Okay. Sorry for all that wiggly waggly there. So, it's pretty cool. I'll put that video on my IG later. Okay, RX. Did I see on one of your posts you posted? You're doing a great job. I love your playing the guitar in front of, with the background of the graffiti railroad cars. But RX, did you say in your post that you need 7 more followers to be able to go live on? Is it on YouTube? Talk to us. Talk to us, RX. You need to go, you're trying to go live on a YouTube channel? Okay. So post right here, RX. Post right here the name of your YouTube channel. He needs 7 more 7 more subscribers. So if you would post, I have the hiccups, excuse me. Post right here, what's the channel name? How do we get to your channel? Give me that name, Mike says. You could get at least 7 of us to pop over there. So tell us where to go. We're a bunch of Ken dolls. Dress us, and tell us where to go. Good morning, Taco. RX1s. So that's all you have to put in. There's no @ or anything like that, RX. You just go over to YouTube and put in RX1s. Talk to me. Okay, with the witchy profile, okay? So I'll do that afterwards. Get over there and RX1 should take you to it, okay? And Jolie's put in an A in front of it, an at in front of it. Let's go with the at in front of it. Usually I think it takes that nowadays. I know it did for Brock. Okay, Brian C just did it. Okay, I found you at RX dot ones. Okay, let's see. I'm going back to Jolie. Jolie didn't need the dot. Okay. Well, we'll find him. RX1s, and either you got to put an at in front of it or you don't. Okay? You're welcome, RX. You should get 7 of us, and you can start doing your thing. I always support people, obviously, that have a YouTube channel. There you go, Laura. You're divine. I never have a problem supporting somebody that has a YouTube channel. Brian says you're up to 51 RX. Mission accomplished, but people, don't stop there. Please don't stop there. Look at that. Good morning, Sandy. Look at that. A bunch of people signing in. Good job. Thank you for doing that for him. Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to tell you guys the truth this morning. I tell you the truth every morning. Pops isn't feeling 100% this morning. I'm at about an 80 this morning. So hang in there with me. I'm probably not going to be the most energized energy bunny this morning, but you know that saying, do your best. It didn't say only when you feel your best. So we're going to do our best. Okay? But if you're looking, Pops doesn't, you're right. Let's do a couple of rando factos. Okay? Let's do a couple of rando factos. And if I just woke up, I almost was gonna call in sick and have Brock do the show. I was this close. And I was, no, I can do it. I can do my best. Another real quick, good morning, Lotta. Good morning, Mushmouth. I wanna show you guys something. One more thing. It's listed on Detroit's Craigslist, and it's listed on Market, what do you call it? Facebook Marketplace, something like that, right? Garage sale in Ferndale. Garage sale in Ferndale. So if you live close by or you want to take a trip over, we've got basically dismantled the lab. So all of the stainless steel tables, racks, tents, shelving, all of that is available. And if it's from somebody from the T crew or somebody that, you know, I'm connected to through mycology, we're looking at how can we best serve you, okay? Just get the stuff out of here. So that's this Saturday and this Sunday, starting at 8 a.m. If you want an address, write to me later, and I'll send you the address. And then we're gonna have another one the following weekend for whatever we didn't sell this weekend, and hopefully get the place cleared out. Okay, and then one more thing, nice little bonus prize is the laminar flow hood that's downstairs here. It's a 36-inch, lightly used, top flow, laminar flow hood for sale. And it's in outstanding condition. So that one right there, it's originally around $2,500. We'll take a very small portion of that if it'll help you with your mycology. So if somebody out there wants a picture and an idea of what we're talking about, I can't ship it, unfortunately. It has to be a local pickup. Okay, the cornhole boards, I forgot about those, Mushy. I forgot about those. You can have them if you come pick them up before May 20th. You can have them. Downsized quite a bit where we're moving to. The freeze dryer was sold. We sold the freeze dryer. Got a really nice, helped somebody out with that situation, and they helped us. It was a good thing. But yeah, the freeze dryer, I hadn't used the freeze dryer in over a year. So somebody else was able to take advantage of that. Yeah. But we still have a dehydrator and the flow hood and some grinders and all kinds of stuff down there. Okay, so we'll see how long it lasts. I hope it doesn't. I need it to go away. Last Friday, when we did the big spin to win, I thought that I had 3 winners. Mushmouth, I would love you guys to come grab them if you could, honestly. Be a great collection to you, if anybody. Let me know what you're thinking. So what was I was just saying something. Oh, last Friday. I thought we had 3 winners. Only 2 people have claimed their prize. And I haven't gone back to look at the show to see who the 3rd person was. But if you remember that you won something on Friday but didn't send me an address, go ahead and do that today. I've got the thing sitting here ready to go. Okay? We're going to do the same thing for this week. All right? We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take... we're going to get the big spin for Friday. It worked out good. Laura, it's sitting up here waiting for you, dear. First come, first serve. I want the the flow hood to go to somebody good. Somebody that it can help. Okay? Gosh, it's almost like we should have a mini mush fest here. But it's going to be too complicated trying to move and everything. It's being very complicated. Okay, give me, Jolie, it wasn't you, dear, because you did send me information telling me I was going to get a new address from you. So it's not you. No, it wasn't you. Maybe all 3 of the people did give me their address. Maybe I'm out of line. Here we go. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Go. I'm going to get a list of names and we're going to do the big spins on this Friday. It worked out really well for me because of all the other things I'm doing. I didn't have to do a whole lot of packaging and mailing, doing it this way. So give me 3 numbers. I'm still looking for it. I don't see it yet. Give me 3 numbers on a line at one time. Ismael just got it. Ismael, you're on the list. Ismael Barraza Villegas. He said 28. He said 28. And sure enough, it's a 2 and an 8. So Ismael Barraza Villegas, you have to be here Friday, this coming Friday. But I'm going to be putting your name on a spin to win wheel. And push the old button. We're going to try to give away like 3 prizes this coming Friday. Nice ones. nice ones. Okay. I might even give away some of the stuff that I'm finding as I'm cleaning out all my lab. I'm like, I really have 8 of these? Why would I have 8? I only need like 1. Oh, there was a time I was obsessed. And then there was a time I just kept it simple. And then I started growing really big ones. Yes, Dando, we're moving. Yes. Yes. And this is a bigger move than I've ever had to do before because I have so much stuff here. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. I didn't even sleep last night, Justin. I'm getting like 3 nights of sleep, hours of sleep, and then I wake up all, oh no, I forgot about the back closet. Oh boy. Anybody think they're a smarty pants? Sue, I haven't slept well for a little bit. Once I get set up though, I'll be feeling good. Anybody feel like they're a smarty pants? Huh? Anybody like to go to school? Who likes going to school? I kind of do. I don't mind taking classes here and there. I don't mind somebody giving me some information and, they might even ask me to take a quiz or something. I don't mind that much. How about this guy? The most credentialed person in history. I'm with you, Laura. The most credentialed person in history. Michael Nicholson from Michigan. He had 1 bachelor's degree, okay, 2 associate's degrees, well, you're moving, 22 master's degrees, 3 specialist degrees, and a doctoral degree. Is there any time he wasn't in school? Nerdy, but why? Why do you need 22 master's degrees? What are they? That's a whole lot of learning. Yeah, but why? A classic, it doesn't say. Like, what did he do at the end of the day? He was a student, I think. Yeah, he was a student of some sort. That owns a lot of credentialating. Okay? You ever consider yourself lucky? How lucky do you feel? Do you feel lucky? Well, Frank Selak is definitely lucky. Let me tell you about Frank. Frank Selak has received the name Fortunate Frank. Fortunate Frank for his incredible life. Well, what's so fortunate about Frank? Throughout his life, he survived a train crash that killed 17 people. He was blown out of a plane that killed 19 people. How do you get blown out of a plane? Is he just sitting there wearing a parachute? He survived a bus accident at the age of 4. He was also in 2 car explosions. Who's trying to blow up Fortunate Frank? Wait, he was hit by a bus. He had a close call with the truck. Now, up till now, you're going, this isn't that fortunate, okay? In 2003, he went on to win the lottery. Fortunate Frank. It's him. He has 2 left. You were counting? Old Fortunate Frank, at the end of the day, he still wins a lottery. That's crazy. Frank, if you take 1 single ounce of gold, because of its high ductability, stretch, gold stretchy, because of its high, and it conducts well, because of the extremely high ductability of gold, a single ounce of gold can be stretched into a wire that is about 56 miles long. 56 miles. 1 ounce. That's incredible. Who's doing the stretching? Isn't that a crazy Rando facto? Studies have shown, but wait a minute. Are crows smart? I think we all can probably say, yeah, I think crows are pretty high up there on the IQ scale. Did you know that? Crow. Studies have shown that crows can be smarter than great apes. Smarter than an ape. They're able to show imagination. How do you do a study where you can find out if a crow has an imagination? What's the study? We found out last week about the mouse. They stick their nose in the hole and follow a certain pattern, they get fed. And then you can reverse the pattern because they're psychedelic mice. But they have an imagination. And they anticipate, how do you like this one? They anticipate possible future events. I'm pretty sure that acorn's gonna drop out of the tree pretty soon. They can anticipate future events. Mama Crow's gonna be in town next week. Precognition, right, Brian? They are also able to solve problems that involve abstract reasoning. Goodwill Hunting. The crow actually worked on that whole, the board? That mathematical equation on the board in Goodwill Hunting? Crows started that thing. Yeah. Who's the deadliest hunter, killer in the world? Highest rate of accuracy when it goes to kill things. It's not man, even though we're going to take man out of the equation. House cat, Taco, that's interesting. The angel of death, Nerdy. Nerdy's been around. Look at Nerd's answer. Nerdy answered it correctly. Nerdy, you're getting on the board for that one. Nerdy, your name's going on the board for Friday. Dragonfly. Your dragonfly. Compared to big cats like tigers and lions, dragonflies have more than 4 times the chance of catching their prey. When dragonflies, when dragonflies target prey, it's estimated they have a success rate of 95%. Wait a minute. That's really good. 95%, which puts them at the top of the list of the most deadly hunters in the world. The old dragonfly. They are kind of crazy, aren't they, RW? Because of the position of their eyes on their head, donkeys can look down and see all four of their feet at the same time. They can see, that's why they probably do really good on those windy, narrow trails. They're like, they can see every foot at the same time. That's freaky. That's kind of freaking me out. All 4 feet at one time, he can put an eyeball. That's freaking me out. Horses have panoramic vision. They can use one eye going this way and the other eye. They don't have to stay in the same direction. That's pretty crazy too. How about this one? Due to their sonar abilities, dolphins have their own form of X-ray vision. This is going to be another one where Pop's like, how do you know this? Wait a minute, how do you know? Did the dolphins tell you this? Due to their sonar abilities, dolphins have their own form of X-ray vision. They can use it to see through other sea creatures and under the seabed. So if you're swimming with dolphins, you'll see their skin, but they're able to see your skeleton. How do you know? How do you know what that dolphin's seeing? I mean, I guess there's somebody figured it out. Some oceanographical somebody. But how? How do you know they're X-raying you? Do you remember when you were a kid? Do you remember when you were a kid, the back of the comic book? How many people bought the X-ray goggles? I did. I swear I did. I bought the X-ray goggles. I was kind of a naughty little guy. Took him to school. I was going to a private Catholic school where the girls all had to wear skirts. This is a confession. Hang in there. Put the glasses on. All I could see was a skirt. Those things don't work, Drew. They're ridiculous. Okay, I didn't really bring them to school. I tried them on the neighbor girl. Why do I have to try them on a girl? I just looked down at my own pants. I'm like, I still only see pants. Okay? Never. So disappointing. How did they get away with that? How did they get away with that false advertising selling you that thing? How? It's so illegal? Today you'd sue them. What about the itch powder? Remember the itch powder? I got itch powder and did it to my baby sister Puff. I was always experimenting on Puff, okay? I gave her the old itch powder once. It was kind of itchy. How come I gave my sister an itch. It's a true story. I gotta write to her today and apologize if I never did before. Okay? Yeah, I did the itch on her. Oh, how about this one? How about the buzzer handshake? How about the buzzer handshake? Whoever fell for the buzzer handshake? You would do it just to see what it felt like, but you knew there was a buzzer in dude's hand. It's not like you could hide that thing. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't. Bill had the buzzer. It's not. The guy buzzing, the guy with it on his hand got more of a shock than the guy he was reaching out to shake his hand. True? A black tooth gum, yes, boss, yes. But it was like, tasted like onion. It was terrible. But don't you remember, like, you'd shake, you were getting more shake than the other guy. Good cheap fun. We can't have good fun anymore like that. Grab a comic book and look in the back at some of those ads. Look at some of the stuff we fell for. Totally fell for it. I was trading in box tops from my cereal for this kind of stuff. Okay? I was trading in exploding cigarettes. Yes, bubblegum wrappers would get you stuff too, Kim. Yes. Yes. Exploding cigarettes. I forgot about that one. Or the match. Oh, I know, the candle that never blows out. We still do that one. Okay? We still do the candle. I'm kidding. Oh my goodness. Why can't we just go? I don't want to go back, but maybe a little back. Everyone shot potatoes, Dando. Used to shoot them over the top of the house into the neighbor's backyard. I remember climbing on the roof of our house. True story. We spent more time on the roof of our house when we were kids than we did in the yard near the swing set. No kidding. We had a way we could get on the fence and then scamper up. One summer, we lived on the roof of it. Why were we so enthralled with the roof of our house? I have no idea. But there were like 8 kids on the roof of the house for like a whole summer. And there was one kid across the street. There was one guy, I will never forget, Scott. And Scott had just moved into the neighborhood. So here's what we did. We took the potato gun up onto the roof, the potato cannon, and I'm up there taking shots at Scott. I'm lobbing, and he doesn't know because we're on the other side of the ridge. And he's looking around, we peeping at him. I think we might have even had a periscope up there. Who used to periscope? Remember periscopes? Those didn't work. Unless you spent a lot of money. Those periscopes were a joke. We got a little periscope and we're watching. And Scott is like looking around like, who's throwing potatoes at me? By the end of the day, the new kid was on the roof with us. He was up there. Come on up. It's us shooting them. Became really good friends. Welcome to the neighborhood. We stay on our roof. I'm cracking up to think about that. Oh, Niffy, I'm feeling better just because I'm laughing. Yeah, Scott was on the roof trying to find targets himself by the end of the day. Okay, it's like, that's a great idea, guys. Wait, I'll get my dad if he comes out. Niffer, you hung out on roofs. What is it? You wouldn't let a kid get on a roof today to save that kid's life. Get off the roof. Oh, but why? But why were we on the roof? That's what I want to know. I can't believe I just remembered that. I got to talk to my sisters. I'm going to crack them up today. What are we doing on the roof, kids? That's a potato gun, Queenie. Okay. We were too young to be smoking at that point. We were just like monkeys climbing around on the roof. And you know your parents knew. You know they knew. Your parents are in the house just smoking away. Smoking, 3 packs a day. Where are the kids? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whatever. As long as they're in by the time the street lights go on. Our parents. Yes, Dando, it's off for now. But parents didn't give a damn, okay? They're busy. I'm busy in here. Oh. You know what I'm talking about. My parents, get in here and clean the ashtray. Get back outside. What are you doing in the house? The street lights aren't on yet. $10,000 church for $1 a month. That's good. My parents bought their house like early 60s. They bought their house for like $28,000. My sisters just looked it up online recently. It's going for $1.2 million. That house I grew up in. Shabby little place in the San Fernando Valley. Wait, we were living in there for 28 grand? Crazy. Have someone hold you accountable. Yeah, clean your room before you go play. Oh, we had to make our bed. That was the biggest thing, man. We had to make our bed. If we didn't make our bed, boom, big trouble. Pops didn't make his bed one time. There's my dad. Pulls up to the practice field in his truck. Old beat up Chevy. And I'm like, everyone's like, hey, Kirby, your dad's here. Your dad. Everyone was afraid of my dad, me included. Your dad's here. I was like, the hell is dad doing at football practice? He never comes to football practice. Gives me the finger to come over to the truck. Get in. I'm wearing my football gear. Get in. This drives me home. This is in front of the whole team. Coaches, everybody. Not one word the whole way home. And who wants to hear the rest of this story? Who wants to hear? I might have already told it. So, driving home. You don't talk unless you're spoken to. So if my dad hasn't said a word, I don't get to say, why am I here? Clearly I'm in some kind of major trouble. Clearly. Pulls up into the driveway. You're off the team. That's all he said to me. You're off the team. I'm like, you mean football? I'm off the, but why? Because you didn't make your bed before you went to school this morning. I go in, my bed's not made. I have to return the football gear to my coach. Bringing back the shoulder pads and helmets and the pants and everything. But coach, I'm so sorry, coach. I can't, I gotta be off the team, man. What are you talking about, Kirby? You're like one of our best players. I'm like, well, my dad kicked me off the team because I didn't make my bed. You didn't make your bed? That's what this is all about? The coach was incensed. That's ridiculous. Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to him about that. No, coach, don't say anything, please. I just take the gear, just take the gear. That evening, knocked on the door. Go to the door. There's coach. I want to speak to your father. No, coach. No, coach, go home. Coach, go home. My dad, who is it? My dad comes to the door. The coach is like, Mr. Kerbrad, I think, you might want to reconsider. It might have been a little extreme. He's trying to talk to my dad. My dad doesn't say anything till the very end. He goes, he's my son. I'll raise him how I want. He's off the team. Slam door. That was it. I got to play the next year, but that year, that was it. Off the team, humiliated in front of all my friends and the coaches and everything. And my dad, because he was such a great Santini, he stuck to it. And no coach is going to come to my house and tell me how to raise my son. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't, it's shaming and humiliation. Not necessarily the best way to parent, but at the end of the day, I never didn't make my bed again, as long as I lived at that house. I moved out when I was 18, as fast as I could. I'm like, I'm out. So what do you guys think about that story? So make your bed, especially if you have a dad that it's important to. Okay, and my takeaway is I don't want to teach Brock through shame and humiliation. I just don't. I want to support him and love him, and be a good person versus a harsh person.
I haven't made my bed in 3 years.
He makes the couch. He's fine. Okay. I remember when he was staying in Denver, he was sending me pictures. Hey, Pops, I made my bed. Good boy. Yeah. No, Santa, I went on to play. I had really, my claim to fame is that John Elway, I was a defensive back. John Elway's the starting quarterback for Granada Hills High School. Player of the year. He's football and baseball. He's got a full ride to Stanford. His dad's the coach of their high school team, Jack Elway, the Granada Hills Highlanders. He torched me for a long bomb. I got torched, and speedy wide receiver right by me. Boom. So I played against John Elway, and he torched Pops for a long touchdown pass. That's one of my athletic claims to fame before rugby. Yeah, I heard about Elway. So we used to, Elway, back then, we were all a bunch of scrawny 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Elway's 16, sophomore in high school, and he was as big as a man. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds of solid muscle. Just a huge kid. And I have to say this too, just for the record. He was a nice guy. When you talked to him and met him in person, he didn't have, and I didn't know him well. Just well enough to play against him a couple of times. Did not have that attitude of the superstar kind of an attitude that you have nowadays, or I shouldn't say nowadays, but some star athletes could get. He was just down to earth, cool, nice guy, had a perfect level of humility, but cockiness, because he knew. I mean, he was literally the number one player in Los Angeles in football and the number one player in baseball. He got drafted, I think, by the Yankees or something when he was like 18. He could have gone and been a millionaire right then. Yeah. Anyways, story time. I didn't mean to get caught up in stories, to be honest with you, but telling them's making me feel a little better. He's a legend around there, nerdy. Oh yeah, Colorado. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Let's do another quick. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Stop focusing on you for now, Pop. It's a little therapy to tell those stories, though. There's a little bit of therapy to tell my stories sometimes. Okay, especially being on the roof. Give me a number between 1 and 50, and you can do up to 3 numbers on your line at one time. I'm trying to get there. It is. It's Big Mike. Big Mike said 30. Big Mike, good job. Big Mike, it is a 30. So, good job, Biggie. Big Mike, where is that? Be here Friday, Big Mike, for the big spin. Okay? Congratulations. Let's do our reading. We have about 15 minutes where we could hit this reading. And it's going to take a couple of days to cover this one topic. Okay? Excuse me. We've been talking about shame last week. Give me 5 people that enjoyed the information that we're sharing regarding shame and what a near enemy emotion that really is. That was pretty good stuff last week. This week we're going to follow it up with the other ones, such as perfectionism, guilt, and humiliation. I just explained to you one of my humiliations. One of the ways a parent humiliates a child in an attempt at the end of the day, my dad wasn't a bad human. He just didn't know any other way. To him, I was an extreme case, so he had to do something. Now, extreme case means I missed the bed one time, but he also knew I had a rebel attitude. He was always trying to, bring me down a spot. You know what I mean? Not that that was correct, but he didn't know any other way. So he just went long, especially when it came to me. He just, humiliation, shame, guilt. Well, today, I think we know better. I think we know that we can do it a lot differently. That's not an appropriate way to parent something, especially a little creature that you made. And we fall into that. We fall into that. He was always looking to break me a little bit. Perfectionism. Listen to this. Listen to this. This is a really neat line. Shame is the birthplace of perfectionism. What? Explain that one, Pops. Perfectionism is not striving to be our best or working towards excellence. Healthy striving is internally driven. Perfectionism is externally driven by a simple but potentially all-consuming question: what will other people think? I lived there, and right in that. What will my score be on your scorecard? In order to get a high score, I have to be more perfect than you. Even more perfect than I was last time. and it's all consuming. My oldest sister, wise girl, she said to me one time, she goes, your biggest problem, one of the reasons that you're not getting sober, this is when I was still getting high, she goes, because you let other people keep your score. I didn't even let other people keep my score. I made them. What's my score? What do you think? Was that impressive? I did that perfectly, didn't I? It's counterintuitive, but one of the biggest barriers to working towards mastery is perfectionism. You want to be a master? I want to be a master at mushroom growing. Do I want to be perfect at it? Do I strive for perfectionism in the process? No, I don't. I don't. I know I'm not going to be, and I know I've got stuff to learn. I'm going to learn all the time. I'll probably get better at it as I strive for mastery. But if I was striving for perfectionism, it would be to impress you. In our leadership research, we've learned that achieving mastery requires curiosity and viewing mistakes and failures as opportunities for learning. I don't even use the word failure in my vocabulary. I use the word feedback, period. Neuro-linguistic programming. There's words I have avoided as soon as I figured out that they weren't good for me. I strive for feedback. I showed you a tub this morning. Not the prettiest tub ever. But I'm going to get something really good out of that. I get feedback. Perfectionism kills curiosity by telling us that we have to know everything, and we risk looking less than. Perfectionism tells us that our mistakes and failures are personal defects. Oh God, I lived there. My failures were personal defects. My addiction, lack of will. You just don't have the willpower other people do. You're weak. No, I was a human in struggle, picking the wrong way out of my hole and digging it deeper. That's all. I wasn't a bad person, but I thought I was. And so what do you do when you're there? Well, let's numb some more. Perfectionism tells us that our mistakes and failures are personal defects. Does anybody feel that one? Can anybody recognize that in themselves? Go ahead and give me a couple of people. Yeah, Pops, I kind of have that one, or did. Yeah, that should resonate a little bit, right? We were sort of taught that, though. When I was picked up at the football field and driven home in my uniform, I was humiliated because I wasn't perfect. I hadn't made the bed for the 1,000th time in a row. One time. And it became a personal defect. That's what I was taught. There's something wrong with you. I don't think there was another boy on the football field that morning that made his bed before he went to school. Lots of them had mothers that made their beds. You know moms. Lots of you moms have made your kids' beds. That's okay. Doesn't make them a bad kid because they didn't make their bed. We can make them a little bit more disciplined by causing them to do it themselves. But there's no perfectionism in it. Perfectionism tells us that it's our personal defeats. So you know what with defects, so you know what we do? We either avoid trying new things or we barely recover every time we inevitably fall short. That's what I did. You know what I did? I just won't play if I can't win. If I can't be really, really good at it, I don't play. And I'm like expecting to be really, really good like on my third day. Why do you think I don't play the guitar now? I've all my life wanted to play the guitar. I love people that can play guitar. I just think it's such an awesome skill. I've owned 3 or 4 different guitars, had 2 or 3 different guitar lesson programs, books, a couple of records. You're going to teach yourself how to play guitar. All you got to do is practice. By the 3rd day, I'm not shredding yet. I don't want to do it anymore. Therefore, can't be something wrong with me. Papers by Paul Hewitt and colleagues Simon Sherry provide evidence that people with high level of what it looks like with people with high levels of perfectionist traits. You get it, tribal science? If I can't be perfect at it really quickly, that isn't the pops today, but it was the pops of old. Now I'm just like, if I'm passionate about something, I'm not going to stop. And I don't have to do everything, and I don't have to be perfect at everything. High levels of perfectionist traits. People are doomed to fail at meeting their own expectations. Agreement number 3. And the expectations that they assume are held by others. They perceive themselves as consistently falling short of others' expectations. They behave in ways that result in perceived and actual exclusion and rejection by others. After a while, you get tired of the perfectionist guy, so you avoid him. He just created his own exclusion. Exactly what he was trying to avoid. And then they also feel socially disconnected and have fewer social connections. If you can't laugh at yourself and tell everybody that you got a fart mark in your underwear, you're probably not the funnest guy to hang around. I write a lot about perfectionism across my books. It's a healthy dose of researcher, heal thyself. I often call myself a recovering perfectionist and an aspiring good enougghist. That's me. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'm not joking. I'm a good enougghist. It's really comfortable. If I especially remember my 4th agreement, do your best. I didn't even want to be here this morning, not because of you guys, but because of how I was feeling. I showed up, I've been doing my best, I feel great. I almost wasn't going to because of the old school thoughts of, well, I'm not going to be really funny and good this morning. I don't have the energy. I guess I had an expectation of myself, didn't I? I guess I had an expectation that I'm some kind of a, just do your best. I love that. I am a aspiring good enoughyst. Right, Wazzy? In The Gifts of Imperfection, I explain how perfectionism emerged in our research. The definition that best fits the data is that listen, perfectionism is a self-destructive and addictive belief system that fuels this primary thought. If I live perfect, if I look perfect, if I work perfect, and I do everything perfectly, I can avoid or minimize the painful feelings of shame, judgment, and blame. When you're raising a kids or having relationships with anybody, and you're putting shame and humiliation on their plate, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna make that person have to be a perfectionist to be around you. And it's destructive to them. Don't expect perfectionism from them. And don't even expect it from yourself. Be a good enoughist. Somewhere along the way, we adopted this dangerous and debilitating system that I am what I accomplish and how well I accomplish it. I am what I accomplished and how well I did it. Please perform. Be perfect. Healthy striving is self-focused. It says, how can I improve? It says, what can I do better next time with the feedback I'm receiving from this one? Perfectionism says, what will they think? We'll pick this up some more tomorrow. There's a little bit more about perfectionism. And it's a very, very valid thing for us to be discussing because we all fall into the trap to some degree or another. And as we recognize it, as Bill said there, as it resonates with us, we don't need to be in that headspace. We need to be in a headspace that tells us, you know what, who's that smiley guy on Saturday Night Live? And I'm good enough. The guy looking in the mirror, whatever. I used to laugh a little bit at that, but there's an ounce of correctness in there. Self-affirming is that you're good enough, and you'll get better. You want to be a master of something? Just keep working at it. You know what I want to be a master of? Mycology and kindness. And we keep working at it. Stuart Smalley, that's who it is, Lucky. Stuart Smalley. Ugh. But by the same token, there's stuff that he says that if he didn't say it so creepy, you'd go, yeah, I get it. You guys go have a wonderful day. I got to get out of here. I'll scroll you out. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. And maybe I'll even have something to talk about in mycology instead of rooftopology. Get off the roof! Have a great day, kids. Brian C. and Sue and Cleany. That's funny. And Kimberly and Brian C. and Glassick and Lucky Lures and Nippy. And Nerdy and Kimberly and HB and Mr. 420 and Sanum and Mike Parabol and Justin and Billy D and You Bet Jay and Jesus Christ in Australia, John Zook and Sue Littlemeyer and Big Mike and Billy D and Cleany and Big Mike and Marcus McCarty and Jolie, good morning. Lotta, I'll see you tomorrow. Summer Wheat and Kynan and Trenty the Trenty Trenterson and Mr. Phillips and Mike and Oreo and Marcus and Jay Hurst and Justin and Nerdy and Kim and Jesus Christ and Classic and Niffy and Michael Sean T. Patterson, Connie, Everest, Marcus, Doc, Sanum, Mushmouth, Yard Sale, Mike Barball, RX. You keep on doing it. Notorious, Don Fike, Marcus, Melissa G, Ishmael and Kimberly and Sue Littlemeyer, Lotta and Pidgey Page, and Derek Anderson and Laura. Have a divine day. Sanum, Jesus Christ, Mike Butterball, Buddy Cat, Zilla, Billy D, Sanum, Classic and JC, Kine and Marcus and Mushmouth, Hubcap, Pops, peace, love. Four things. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personal. Don't have expectations, even of yourself, Mr. Perfectionist. And do your best. And if you're doing your best, perfect doesn't matter. Progress does. Out.